Welcome to the Women's National League Wrap Series 20. Delighted to be joined with Seana and Laura this week. Thanks enough for coming on, guys. Shelburne and Bohemians already played out a 0-0 draw in this series, so we've 4 games to dive right into. Cork City firstly got the win over Sligo Rovers 3-2. A fantastic result with some fantastic goals and great character shown by the Cork team to kind of come back from behind to win that one. Shauna, was there a player that stood out to you in that game?
Yeah, I thought Sarah Foley was brilliant for Cork. She was just a bundle of energy and just didn't stop. And as always, I think I talk about this player on a weekly basis now. Eva Mangan obviously stepped up when our team needed for her to step up, and what a goal she scored. I thought she was brilliant, and she seems to be growing under the new manager as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when that free kick was awarded and I saw Eva Mangan was the one to step up to take it, I was like, eyes on the screen, this could be going in, and what a goal it was. It was a massive win for Peamount now, Laura against Athlone, a solid 2-0 scoreline for them. Karen Duggan, Chloe Maloney getting both the goals. For Peamount to win that game against an informed Athlone side, a top team in the league this season, surely a huge confidence boost for Peamount now heading into the next couple of games.
Yeah, I think it was a crucial one for Peamount because they're coming in off the back of a draw against the LR Waves. They'd lost the cup game to Shells, and I think confidence, you could say, maybe might have been a little bit low, and maybe we were a bit harsh on Peamount because of the season that they had last year, where we were used to seeing them at the top of the table. But Athlone are flying high this season, like they really are. I'm so impressed with them and what they've done, because I suppose they've really developed the youth and worked with the young players, even though there's a little bit of a mix, but mainly young players. And I think Tommy Hewitt has done an unbelievable job. When you look, they finished 7th last season, and the games they're winning, and getting a couple of draws and hitting that, like they hadn't lost in 7 games coming into this game, so confidence was high. Before the game I made the prediction that Athlone would win, so I was wrong. That's fair enough. That happens. But no, it was hard to call as well, because you know what Peamount are made of. They're international players, so like a few of them, and they've all got experience. And but the game itself, I think Peamount, the first half they had most of the possession, but I admired the way Athlone were so controlled in their defence and how they work together as a team. And was really impressed with the energy Gillian Keenan and Roisin Malloy have on the wings to get up. Like they're fast players. They get up when they have the ball, they get back when they lose it. And I like the style that they're all organised. They all know their job, and again, that's credit to the manager. But Peamount, they'd more possession and probably deserved to be 1-0 up at half time with the Karen Duggan goal. But not to say that Athlone had a couple of chances, and Gillian Keenan's probably the best one in the first half and just didn't finish that big chance. So then second half, Peamount again started well. They got their goal there, like 54th minute, I think it was, Chloe Maloney. Delighted to get her goal. And but then there was a mad spell for Athlone where, for about 10 minutes, you'd say, that Athlone just dominated, had absolutely brilliant chances. Jessica Hennessy's chance probably the best of the lot, and even Erin McLaughlin cleared one off the line. She was immense, I have to say. Like, she really has been brilliant now the past while for Peamount. Just her energy in midfield and her work rate, it was just so impressive. She got player of the match on Saturday. But I think Peamount, kind of, you could see how much they enjoyed that win, obviously against a team that's near the top there, now they're third. And I think that'll mean a lot to Peamount going forward now, and give them a bit of confidence. They could be back to winning ways, maybe.
Yeah. And another big team, Wexford, they beat the LR Waves 4-1. El Malloy scored, Kylie Murphy got one as well, and Ciara Roster got 2 goals. Sarah McKevitt got the Waves goal. A really important win for the youths, Shauna, like, to close that gap at the top with Shells, now to only 2 points. And in the second half of that game, I think Wexford really showed why they're kind of in contention for the league title.
Yeah, and I think you and I had a conversation when Shells were 11 points clear, and I had said everyone has to hold their horses a bit here, because we can't count Wexford out of a tight race. I just think they're a team that know how to win. There's real characters in that team. You've got the likes of Kylie Murphy, Ella Malloy as well, is I think, growing into the team and become a very, very pivotal player for them. But also there's players, I think, coming through, the likes of Jess Lawler and Freya Mange, that are really stepping up to the plate. And sometimes there's no better title than an underdog, because you can quietly contend in the background. And I just thought that they were very good on at the weekend. Obviously, they were 1-0 up at half time. DLR got back into it. It's easy for a team to kind of crumble, but then you've got the likes of Kira, who doesn't shy away from that kind of pressure, and she was immense for them at the weekend. And if they can keep pulling performances out like that, no doubt they'll have their hands on the league title come the end of the year.
Yeah, it'll make for a very exciting ending to the league anyway. Finally now Galway beat Treaty 6-0. The complete performance from Galway, 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers. Laura, did you have a favourite goal from that one?
Yeah, I think it was brilliant that there was 6 goal scorers. That really gives the team confidence, doesn't it? When you have 6, like you just be buzzing after that, because 6 people are going home absolutely delighted with themselves, you know. But the second one, probably from Kate Thompson, was probably the pick of the bunch for me. Just the way she controlled the ball. She had a bit of space, in fairness, but she knocked it out in front of her, looked up, spotted the keeper slightly off her line, and was able to, like, it's grand spotting the keeper off the line, but can you bury it into the top corner then at the same time? And she was able to do that from long range, which it was a really good goal, I have to say.
Yeah, I was delighted to see her score. Now she has a whopper long range shot on her, and it finally worked off. So a good win for Galway as well. You know, finally we've seen some fantastic games in the last number of weeks. And Laura, I'll start with you. Has there been a young player that's impressed you in recent weeks?
It's actually quite hard to pick one, because you know, when I was thinking of like all the young players that, and I have to say that's probably the story of the season for me, is the amount of young players coming through. Because, you know, obviously there's been a few players who've gone across the water into the Super League and into like onto England to play, and like I could name a few, like, you know, for Shell, say you've got Jessie Stapleton doing so well there. You've Abby Larkin, who, you know, can come on and do really well. Like, and that's obviously within, you know, the team that's top. Erin McLaughlin, I've already mentioned, from Piedmount. Like I could talk a lot about a few of them, but like Emma Doherty as well, player of the month last month for Sligo, who put on a show against Shells, you know, and when it was on TG Carter with the 3-2 win. But the player that really excites me, and I love to watch her, is Ellen Malloy. I just find that she's just gold. Like, when on her day, like when she turns it on, which she's well capable of, she just really impresses me. And like Sean has already mentioned there, she's becoming a key player in the Wexford youth, and she's still very young. And I think we forget, because she was in international teams from the age of 14, really, you know. She's been around, seems like she's been around a long time, and she has, in a way, but that's how good she is, you know. And it's like it's a natural talent that she has, that she just shines like. And the goal against DLR Wade in the cup, for me, I must have watched that 20 times and just like clapped in my own in the sitting room here every time, cheering her on, because I just thought it was class, you know, to hit a ball first time over your shoulder when you're not facing the goal. Like, you know, you can't coach that, you can't teach that. It's just, she's just a special player. And I think it's positive that I think her plan is now she's done her leaving cert to study in Ireland. So I'm hoping that over the next few years she's going to stay in, you know, obviously in the league, which I think is our plan. And we're just going to see her grow and grow. But she always impresses me. She's a special player.
Yeah, she is a special player indeed. And Seana, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit more political, I suppose, and pick a few. And I think I've been very impressed. I've gotten the luxury of watching her at Shells a lot. Is Aoife Kelly. I think for such a young player, she just looks so composed, and she's mature and physically strong. And I think she's going to become a big player for Shells, but I also think she's going to become a big player for Ireland. I think Avian Costello out in Galway, again, just playing week in, week out, growing, playing with a very experienced centre back, Becky Walsh, and I've been very impressed with her, both defensively and even when she's joined in an attack, she's been very good. And then I think last but definitely not least is Fiona Bradley from Cork. She's kind of stepped up, and she's gotten an opportunity under the new management. So definitely think she's one to watch. And I'm very excited to see how she progresses under the new management of Danny Murphy, and what he can kind of do to help her come on as a player, and hopefully Cork can hold on to her, because I do think she's going to be a very special player.
Yeah, brilliant. A lot of great choices there, and thanks a mil for joining me, guys. Make sure you tune in to Series 21 of WNL this weekend for some great games as well.